the person I'm thinking of when I say that, you can find any type of excuse to stay where we are and to find any kind of rationale to vote for one candidate or another, regardless if you think they represent your values or not, is because I think that that type of cowardice only, I won't say cowardice, but it's almost like a lack of courage to really go out into the unknown, to really venture forth and try to forge something new. That lack of courage to try to build something more than what we have today. But that only serves to prolong the status quo. And the person I'm thinking of, I have immense respect for this person, so it's rare for me to even mention, them in a negative light. But I remember seeing a video of Tom Hartman, and he definitely went off the rails speaking about Jill Stein. I'm not going to repeat everything that he said, but one of the things that he did say that really got me was how he called her vain. He said she was a vanity candidate and that she was never going to win anything, and that, voting for her is like voting into a black hole, and that she's just doing this for herself. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, that's a deeply personal attack on someone, even though you really don't know them per se, right? Like, I'm sure Tom Hartman, he rubs elbows with a lot of the well to do and the well educated inside of Washington, D.C. That is what he does. He's, the most famous progressive newscast, independent progressive newscast in the United States. And, he rubs elbows basically with the elite. And in large part, he used to be a business owner. He's retired now, and he just does the show, and it brings in quite a bit. It sustains him. So for the most part, when he speaks about you know, when he speaks about liberalism, he's speaking his form of liberalism. And even though it may not be what Hillary Clinton's is, they may be distinctly different. In the end, when it comes time for action, when he gets in the voting booth or when he gets up on his platform and he speaks, what he's advocating for is still the exact same thing. It's still just Hillary Clinton. It's still just more the neoliberal. It's lesser of two evils. And that has not served us well in all the years that it's been practiced. And now I want to move into like kind of like what people care about. Like, I'm pretty sure that Hillary Clinton doesn't lose any sleep that people don't like her. Despite what she said in that interview, that people don't think that she's honest. Oh, that's, preposterous. I am honest, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't care. You can call her a liar. You can call her every name but her real name. You can hate her guts. It doesn't matter. She still sleeps at night. She still goes, wakes up, and does whatever that she does. And it doesn't matter to her. What does matter to her, though, what does matter is when you go into that voting booth, when you're alone, and it's, you got your partition. Some places don't have a partition. And the little thing lights up on a candidate's name, and you select it and move on to the next page. All she cares about is that light is on Hillary Clinton. Doesn't matter what your rationale is. It doesn't matter if you had to hold your nose to vote for her, because she can't smell what you smell. She's not there. She's on the receiving end. She really just doesn't care. So I think what we need to realize is this idea that you can hold your nose and vote for somebody as it's some sort of strategic move or something like that. That's all nonsense. That's really just looking at something as though you would like to see it, looking at something in a way that you would like to see it, but it really doesn't pan out the way you think it does. Like, when you vote for Hillary Clinton, in her mind, she's won. She's right. She doesn't have to move. She doesn't have to change. Only through defeat would she be like, oh, I lost. And then, maybe she'll say, oh, I cheated, or, oh, the voters were too stupid, or something like that. They can make a myriad of excuses. This is not even about personally her. The neoliberals will make a myriad of excuses. But in the end, what it comes down to is They didn't win the requisite number of votes to actually hold office.